afternoon, people. Can you see and hear me?
Yes, ma'am, you're
Good
audible.
morning, girls. ನಿದ್ದೆ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Done with sleeping. It's okay. It's cold there nowadays, so you feel sleepy. That's fine. ಏ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ನಿನ್ನೆ ಮ್ಯಾರೇಜಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದು? ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್. ಯಾಸೀನ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿ ಬಂದೆ ಮ್ಯಾರೇಜಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ? ಹಾ?
Usual
I
things,
don't
just
forget
nothing
this
else.
thing. ಯಾರ್ದು?
Maths, ma'am.
Yasin, you really had been to marriage or simply marriage ಹೆಸರು ಕೆಳಗಡೆ you had been absent? Tell me honestly.
No, ma'am, no.
ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ? Is it a ma'am's or a sir's ಯಾರ ಮ್ಯಾರೇಜ್ ಇತ್ತು?
Ma'am,
Ma'ams.
ಏನು ಊಟ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಂದು?
Food.
Tell me. ಹೇಳೋ. What did you eat? Everybody wants to hear. Apart from him, who were not there yesterday? Stand up. Tell me what did you had? What did you do yesterday? Bhagyashree was also not there. Now, where is Bhagyashree? Maka torso. Sitting in between. I can see you, Bhagyashree. No, she's not Bhagyashree. Rupali ma'am, Bhagyashree is in your class, na? Yesterday, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಿ ನೀನು? No, you were not there yesterday. Don't tell me that. You had to. You also been to marriage yesterday. ಖರೆ ಹೇಳು.
yes,
Tell me
ma'am.
honestly. ಏನು ಮಾಡಿ ಬಂದಿ? What did you do? What did you eat? Tell me. I'm also hungry. Fast ಹೇಳು. ಏನು ತಿಂದೆ? Sweet ಏನಿತ್ತು? At least tell me that. I'm fond of sweets. What
Jalebi.
sweet? ಬೇಡ ಜಿಲೇಬಿ ಏನು ಬೇಡ ಅಷ್ಟೇನು ಸೇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅದು ಒಂದೇನಾ? ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಯು ಏಟ್? ನೆನಪಾಯ್ತಾ? ಐ ಆಮ್ ಮಿಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ ನಾಚಿಕೆ. ಸಿ ಅದರ್ಸ್ ವರ್ ಸೋ ಆನೆಸ್ಟ್. ದೇ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮೈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್, ಸೊ ದೇ ಮಿಸ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾರೇಜ್. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸೋ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ಫುಲ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲುಕ್ ಎಟ್ ಯು ಪೀಪಲ್. ಮ್ಯಾರೇಜಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಬರ್ತೀರಾ, ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಇವನ್ ಮಿಸ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. You should miss me also, meanwhile, because I'm also a big time
Sorry,
foodie.
ma'am.
You did? Yasin, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಒಗಿಬೇಡ ಕಥೆ ನೀನು.
Ma'am, I watched YouTube
Oh, it is
class.
not Yasin who speak. ಯಾರು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದು? Apart from Yasin, is there any other boy speaking?
No, ma'am, it's me.
ನೀನೇ ಅಲ್ಲ? ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಖರೆ ಹೇಳು.
I watched YouTube class,
Bhagyashree is
ma'am.
very honest. Huh?
YouTube class, ma'am.
ಏನು PU2 ಕ್ಲಾಸ್? ಐ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಯು. ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ಲಿ. ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ, ಅದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ನನಗೆ?
YouTube class, ma'am, uploaded.
ಹೋಗೋ.
I watched it, ma'am.
ಅಚ್ಚಾ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಹಂಗೆ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ಲಿಯರಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹರ್ಡ್ ಮೀ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಮೀ ಸಿ ಹೂ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಟು ಮ್ಯಾರೇಜ್. ನಾಳೆ ಹಿಡಿದೀನಿ, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನ. ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಯಸ್ಟರ್ಡೇ.
Yes, ma'am.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಹೋಗಿದ್ರು? ಅನುಜಾ ವಾಸ್ ದರ್ ಯಸ್ಟರ್ಡೇ, ಸೊ ಐ ಸ್ಪೇರ್ ಯು ಅನುಜಾ. ಓಕೆ ಫೈನ್. ಸೊ we did till barriers, na? I remember till the physiological
Yes,
avella
ma'am.
innate immunity we did. Okay, so let us continue from acquired immunity. So acquired immunity is something that you get upon infection after birth. So when you get, let's say, exposed to a particular type of infection during the lifetime, that type of immunity is called as acquired immunity. Various type of infections you get throughout the lifetime, and pratisate whatever infection you encounter, your body is going to get triggered by a particular immune response. Now under this acquired immunity only you will study the primary and secondary responses. So what is primary and secondary response? Anyone
Body encounters the pathogen for
try?
the first time.
Your voice is very slow. Loud and slow. Do matadu. Clear.
When the body
Pathogen
encounters
is
pathogen for the very first time, then primary
okay.
response is
You're
developed.
telling about primary.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So upon the first exposure to the antigen when a body is generating the immune response upon the first exposure. Such type of immunity is called as, or such type of immune response is called as primary, which is generally slow. Whereas when you talk about secondary immune response, this is more quick and occurs upon the second exposure. Second exposure of same antigen. Okay, it's not that first you had got a typhoid and second time you got a pneumonia and you're getting second response. No, let's say for today you got a typhoid as a disease, your body will show immune response against it. Next time when same type of bacteria is coming in your body, without a delay or without a much what do you say, quick, it's simply a quick reaction. You don't have to wait for a generation of a symptoms. In secondary response, symptoms and the probation period will not be too much long, because you already have a memory here. The primary response already keeps a memory, therefore secondary responses are more quicker. Same type of antigen tirga bantandre, you can simply eradicate without much time, so we say it's more quicker. Sorry. Now, so depending upon this only you have a structure of antibody, right? How is the structure of antibody? What is the
Yes,
shape?
ma'am.
Y shape structure of antibody. Antibodies are made up of two chains, H2L2, two heavy chains, two
Two light
light
chain.
chains, right? So this heavy chain and light chain depends upon their molecular weight or depend upon their composition of amino acids. Light chain, definitely it means they are shorter, made up of short amino acids and short length. So, and heavy chains, because it is having a heavy molecular weight, so longer in length. And apart from that, these two are bounded or they are held together by
Sulfur bond.
disulfide bridges or disulfide bond, you can say. Then there is a particular type of region. This type of region is called as variable region. This is constant, this is constant, this is constant. So this is variable region, constant, constant and constant. So this type of region present in the light chain and a heavy chain both, which consist of variable region, is called as antigen binding
Inside.
site, because this is a point where antigen can come and sit on that point of the antibody, so that it will start to interact or eliminate that particular antibody. The name variable is given because we have very limited army. Okay, we have only limited types of antibodies. What are the different types of antibody? We have G, A, M, D, E, gamde, you can say. Okay, IgG stands for, what is IG? The meaning of IG
Immunoglobulin.
is
Immunoglobulin.
immunoglobulin. It's a type of immunoglobulin, are the type of proteins present in your blood that are particularly involved in fighting the infections. There are different categories of proteins. Okay, albumins, serums, sebumins, globulins, many different types. Some proteins will form hormones, some proteins will form enzymes, some protein will form antibodies, correct? So immunoglobulin is a type of a part of a protein family which is involved in infectious eradication or elimination, out of which we have 5 antibodies present, correct? Each of the antibody has its own role. For example, the antibody G is involved in crossing the placenta. A and M are involved in the body secretions you have done in reproduction. The colostrum is a body secretion where antibody A is transferred from mother to fetus. M is a membrane bound, generally present through the primary responses, widely found in the primary responses. Function of D is not very well known, so we don't study much about D antibody. And E, lastly, E antibody is involved in the allergic responses or hypersensitivity of the immune system. So particularly we have only 5 army with us, but the what you say enemy we have in a large broad spectrum, like we have fungal, viral, bacterial, helminths, protozoa and whatnot. And bacterially you have studied only two, but adbitu esto ide which we have not even studied also. So against all of this, when you have to fight, therefore there is an antibody kept as a variable region, so that for example I'll tell you, let's say this is a IgG antibody fighting against any particular infection. For example, this IgG antibody has to keep on changing these variable sequences. Protein, amino acids, correct? The antibody is made up of proteins and proteins are made up of amino acids. So variable region of an antibody keeps on changing the sequence of amino acids so as to try and fit the particular antigen. Every time it encounters the antigen, let's say Ig type 1 manto, and this antigen binding site and the antigen are not compatible, the receptors and epitopes are not compatible, so then this type of antibody will not be able to help the fight infection. At that time immediately this information is going to the gene DNA which is producing IgG. The sequence would be here changed. Immediately the amino acid sequence in that particular variable region would be shuffled, giving you, let's say, Ig2 type of antibody. Then if this is compatible, then such kind of Ig2 antibody will be enormously produced to eradicate that antigen. So this is how this variable region, I am telling you the importance of variable region, how this variable sequences help to recognize a different patterns of infection in our body. IG1, IG2 anta real iralla, I just gave you example to remember. Idan ಏನು ಬರೆಯೋ necessity ಇಲ್ಲ, you don't have to write it anywhere. I'm just giving you an information how does it work, how do the antibodies work, because you have a broad array of infection whereas you have a very small army with us, but that small army is efficient enough by just shuffling their variable sequences. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
What is next after antibody? Antibody, what is this two types of immunity? Humoral and cell mediated. Anyone try? What is humoral and cell mediated antibody, people? No one? Come on. This chapter is done now. Humoral antibody is when, or humoral immune
It
response. Okay,
blood
this is immune response. Yes? Could not hear you clearly. Again?
found in blood.
Uh, Found in blood is anokina. We can say it in a different way. When antibodies are involved in particular attack, then you say it's a humoral antibodies. When cell is directly involved in a particular attack, then you say it's a cell mediated immune response. So try to remember it like that. ಎರಡು ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, even cells are present in the blood, even antibodies present in the blood. But what they are trying to tell in your book is, when these antibodies are secreted in the blood, and these proteins, antibodies are what, it's a protein, so when this antibody will try to fight the infection, such kind of infection or such strategy or this response would be called as humoral immune response. When T cell directly is coming in contact, generally cell mediately T cell comes in contact, T lymphocytes. When cells are directly coming in contact with the infection and fighting immune response, then that kind of responses is called as cell mediated. The word itself suggests cell mediated immune response. Humoral means antibody mediated, and cell mediated means T cell mediated. Simply remember this much, enough. Okay. Then you have what? You have lymphoid organs. What is lymphoid organs? Anyone? Try. Come on. No one. What are lymphoid organs? Or, okay, lymphoid organs are the organs that are involved in producing, developing, maturing, and synthesizing the immune cells. For example, these lymphoid organs can be categorized as primary and secondary. Primary lymphoid organs involve bone marrow and
Thymus.
thymus, whereas secondary lymphoid organs involve variety of tissues like tonsils, spleen, Peyer's patches, then lymph node, then malt, mucosa associated lymph tissue. So these are all categorized under secondary. Now what is the job, or particularly what does this do? Now we all know that in PU1 circulation chapter it has been taught to you, all the blood cells are produced in the bone marrow. Blood cells include what? RBCs, WBCs, platelets. All of these cells would be produced in your bone marrow itself. But the thing is, in bone marrow, B and T cells would be formed. But only B cells will mature and develop, or develop and mature here. Whereas the T cells will move to thymus for maturation and development. What is thymus? Anyone? What is thymus, people?
Endocrine gland.
Thanos. What is Thanos? Anybody knows what is Thanos? Nobody is a Marvel fan here.
Veins.
ಏ ಥ್ಯಾನೋಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ? ಛೇ, ಥೈಮಸ್ ಬಿಡಿ, ಐ ಅಗ್ರಿ. ಥ್ಯಾನೋಸು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ?
One of the character of Marvel series
ಮಾರ್ವಲ್
Endgame
ಸ್ಟುಡಿಯೋಸ್?
in movie Endgame.
ಯಾರಿದು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದು? ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಯಾಸೀನ್, ಐ ನೋ. Good one. Do you like that character?
No,
Did you watch the last series, Marvel?
Endgame.
No?
Okay.
Okay. So, fine. Thanos answer ಸಿಕ್ತು. ಥೈಮಸ್ ಏನು ಈಗ?
Endocrine gland.
Wow. Correct. Okay. Where it is present? Which part of a plant? Which part of a plant will have thymus? Stem, roots, or leaves? Option A, option B, option C. Stem, roots, or leaves. Come on. Hurry up, I'll not teach. ಹಿಂಗೆ
None of
ನಿಂತ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ
these.
ನಾನು. Option D, none
None
of
of
this. Good. Why? There was one batch
Present.
who gave me a very. Yes, you're saying something, Anuja?
It's present in humans.
Really? Where?
Thymus present in
Humans. Beautiful. Very good. Thank you. Same answer. Nim tharane same answer was given by a previous batch. Where is thymus present? Ma'am, humans, ma'am. Oh, thank you. We are studying human health and disease. So obviously it is in humans. Very particular answer. Then there was one beautiful student giving me one more beautiful answer. But let me see who gives anyone. Yasin, ಹೇಳಪ್ಪ ಜಿಲೇಬಿ ತಿಂದು ಬಂದೆ ಒಂದು
Near
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ
the heart
ಓಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ.
located lobed organ.
Oh, good job.
Thymus is
Who
a
is this?
lobed organ
Yes.
located near the heart.
Correct, correct. Is it class 2 answering me? Class 2 boy, is it you answering me? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Thanos, the same person. Yes, very correct. It's a small, tiny organ present near the heart or above the heart, just behind the breastbone or the collarbone. That thymus organ is important for development and maturation of the T cells. So bone marrow in the T cells will form leave the bone marrow through the blood, it will travel to the thymus, and there they will get maturation and development. So that is the story of primary and secondary lymphoid organs. Okay, primary I told you. Generally secondary lymphoid organs, what they do, they are just a site of fight, site for fight. This is my trick to remember. Okay, site for fight meaning what? For example, in your body throughout at different places these immune cells are situated, like lymph nodes, Peyer's patches, tonsils. Pratiyon kade bodyalli these are tiny places situated, so that yellow one kade eno in infection aatandre, at any point any organ should be able to track this antigen and try to destroy. For example, if you talk about tonsils, they are present in your stomach, correct? Tonsils are present in your stomach, right? And Peyer's patches are present in your neck. People, nobody knows where is tonsils present. Engenge madte. Say, ma'am, it is present near throat or the thyroid gland mele. Fine, near the salivary glands it is present. So these tonsils, how they help? Let's say you are going into some colder regions, or you have eaten something. So due to that air or a mucus passage, if there is some antigen, then tonsils will catch that, and that time you will feel inflammation in your tonsils. So your throat pain will happen, you will feel difficulty to swallow. Like that, tonsil will help. Then, for example, digestive system only, if you have eaten something and it has some antigen, then the mucosa associated lymph tissue will help to track that antigen. Then, for example, lymph nodes. Lymph nodes are present throughout your body. Yaudo one cell ali, yaudo one corner ali, eno one bacteria or virus sikkondiದೆ. Okay, bloodstream will not get to know that. So that time lymph node plays the role. It will, the lymph present in that lymph nodes will track that infection from the corner or in between the spaces of your cells, and they will track down and bring it back to the vein or bring it back to the main bloodstream, so that you can go to the spleen. Spleen is a very big reservoir organ of a blood, erythrocytes, correct? So in spleen they can give a space for fighting or for the action. So simply secondary organs are the what you can say, they are the organs where actual fight or actual elimination of this infection happens, which are spread throughout the body. Primary organs are generally involved the formation, maturation and development. They do not take part, or they are not scattered everywhere in your body. But once the idu onthara henge camp iddange, let's say you have a air force or a military camp. In the military camp you are just giving them training, forming and maturing them. Once their training is completed, those army would be deployed to different areas, right? Ade thara these will have different areas, having different organs that will help to track down your infection. That's how secondary lymphoid organs play the role in immunity. Understanding?
Hello, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
No.
Hello.
Very good. Then, what you have next? Allergy. What is allergy or hypersensitivity? Anyone? An exaggerated response of a immune system. Which antibody takes place here? Allergic reactions alli yav antibody
IG.
bರುತ್ತೆ? Just now we discussed IgE antibody. So what are allergens? Any dust particle, any pollen particle. Some people have UV allergies, some people have fish, any eatables, fish allergy, peanut allergy. Depends. person to person this allergy can change, but any particle that is causing you an exaggerated immune response. Exaggerated andre yeno, simply when you are, for example, you have a dust allergy, you will try to sneeze and cough. What happened? That dust particle, when it entered your nose, nasopharynx and trachea, the mucus lining, the lining in your trachea tried to increase the concentration of mucus. Maybe if you having eye, then watery eyes will happen, increasing the concentration of that water. Tear is also a physiological barrier, if you remember. So
Hello.
when you increase this concentration, you try to trap
Hello.
that particle then and there itself and try to avoid it to reach to the bloodstream, and then you try to eliminate that. So during this, what happens when immune system has increased its performance and showing the response, it will secrete a chemical called histamine that is found to be secreted by mast cells. Mast cells are also type or part of your blood cells. So whenever you have such allergic responses, Iga, anybody has any allergy responses? I'll try to explain you how it is. Anyone has any kind of allergy? Apart from study allergy, okay, adi ellargu irutte. Adu bittu. Study allergy will not give you any symptoms. And best remedy for study allergy is chadi, scoldings from parents and teachers. Nobody is allergic to anything. None of you. Vandadre allergy irbekala. Any medicine, anything. It can be anything. Clothes sometimes, synthetic or polymer clothes ke labrika akbaralla. You never know. Allergic responses can be triggered by anything where body is rejecting that and showing some symptoms like red rashes or pimples. Some people have ಇದು ಬದನೆಕಾಯಿ ಚೌಳೆಕಾಯಿ ತಿಂದ್ರೂ ಅಲರ್ಜಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ. So depends. Peanuts, nobody is having allergy. Okay, forget it. Fine. So in future, if you are supposed to encounter, then what happens when allergy is being produced? Allergy antandre, immune system is trying to secrete that histamine, due to which you will appear sneezing, coughing, itching, redness, rashes. These are all because of this histamine which is being secreted in your blood by these mast cells. And as a part of treatment, what you take? You tend to take antihistamines or some steroids or some adrenalines. These are taken as ointment athwa as a tablet. These are taken to avoid or to, what you say, to overcome the histamine reactions. When you lower down the histamines, the symptoms will also get lowered. But taking too much of steroids is also not recommended, people, because it may have your other effects also. So prevention is the best cure. Avoid having the food or anything which is getting allergic to you. Avoid exposing yourself to that. That is the only thing we can do. Okay, before we move to the next concept, let us solve a few questions and then we'll go ahead. Easy peasy. Crack this.
Option B.
Option B.
Very easy question, right? Which of the following is not a class of immunoglobulin? IgB. Okay. Raise the cue cards for this option now. I want you to raise the cue cards. Let me see who can do this.
Option D.
Wait. Actually, it's a direct question. Simply the question is written so big. Alva, I think the question is very easy. Transplantation of tissues or organs to serve certain patients often fails due to the rejection of such tissues or organs by the patient. Which type of immune system is responsible for such rejection? Cell mediated immune response. So the T cells The T cells which are present in the cell mediated immune response, meaning, let's say you have a heart donated or kidney. Let us go with some simple example. Let's say there is a patient who has a kidney donation. Generally, before donation, blood check, tissue check, all the criterias are being checklisted generally, but still at many times, even though ಎಲ್ಲ parameters correct ಆದ್ರೂ still it's a foreign only. ಎಷ್ಟೇ parameters correct ಆಗಲಿ, still when you're taking a kidney from outside, body will still consider it as a foreign body or something which is not of its own. In that cases, the T cells will start rejecting it. Rejecting means what? They will start showing some symptoms like maybe stomach pain or blood clot, internal bleeding, something like that. Some of these rejection symptoms are shown by these T cells saying that organ is not getting suitable. That is why such patients who are the receivers, no, who are the recipients, such patients are given with immunosuppressants. They are given with immunosuppressants that will suppress the immune system, because you want the body to get accepted or get well versed with that kidney system. Reject ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಿದ್ರೆ the person will never be able to survive. So ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇಡೀ immune system ಅನ್ನು little bit collapse ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಥವಾ they will try to weaken it. And that's why such recipients are not allowed to go out or are not exposed, because you are on immunosuppressants. Your immune system is purposely slower down or shut down so that your organ is successfully getting accepted. But while doing this, when your immune system is compromised, you may have a tendency or potential to develop other infections, because immune system is lower down. So that is why very utmost precaution is taken for such patients, because you are on immunosuppressants. Whenever in future if you come across with any such patients who is on immunosuppressant, make sure, or you can ask them, that they are very much cautious about eating, going outside or drinking, because encountering of any infections would be harmful for them. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಇಮ್ಯುನೋಸಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ವಿಚ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಮ್ಯೂನ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಎನ್ಕೌಂಟರ್ ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಗೇನ್. ಸೊ ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಆನ್ ಅ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಕಿಡ್ನಿ acceptance, again a one more counter treatment, not possible. And kidney is the organ which filters your medicines. When it is itself only not working, how would you give the second treatment? Not possible. So these are some general things which you should know. In future this will be helpful. Okay, quickly answer me this. Humoral immunity is associated with
B.
T cells or B cells or both?
B cells.
T cells alro B cells. I told you humoral antibody B
Option
cells,
D.
cell mediated antibody T cells. mm. Okay, raise the cue cards for this now. Be careful and raise the answers.
Option B. Option B.
Waiting for the response. Okay, most of you giving me B. IgG antibody is produced in, okay. Why? Because it is IgE, right?
D.
Allergy is the highly increased response of immune system. True. Allergy is due to chemicals released by mast cells. Which chemicals?
Histamine.
Which chemicals?
Histamine.
Okay. Adrenaline and steroid quickly reduce allergic reaction. Okay, fine. So we have to find out incorrect, ala? Okay. This I did.
Option A.
Who secretes Same, same. Yeah, easy question is this. Mm, try this. Come on, raise your cue cards.
Option B. Option D.
Are you sure? Let me see.
Option B.
P is the site for development and maturation of T lymphocytes. Identify P. P for Pooja ma'am, but you don't have that option, unfortunately. Okay, so don't you think it should be A and B both? No?
Lymphocyte
Say
migrate to
something.
thymus for maturation.
Okay, yes, that's correct. Because we are talking about only T lymphocytes, that is T cells, and T cells will be synthesized in bone marrow, but they will come out of the bone marrow, travel and migrate towards the thymus, and then there they will be developed and mature. That is why only thymus is correct. Okay, funny answer, actually, funny question. Use your answer to answer this question. Use your answer to answer this question. I hope somebody cracks this.
Option B.
Are you using that to answer it?
Option D very
Anuja, what is your answer? Bhageshri,
Option
your answer?
B.
Why? Somebody said na thymus is in the brain anta. So brain is a part. No? So did you use brain to answer the brain? I hope everybody used the brain to answer the brain. Yes, brain is the right answer because brain is not a part of your immune system. Okay, what is active immunity and passive immunity? Hey, what is autoimmunity, people? I think I did not do autoimmunity also. What is autoimmunity? When immune system fails to recognize or fails to distinguish between self and non-self cells. Non-self cells here also mean foreign cells. So now generally immune, what you say, whole of your immunity is very much equipped or very much well versed with ability to differentiate between your own cells and differentiate between something which is not of your own body. For example, whatever you take a bacteria, whatever you take a virus, everything that is coming outside, even if you talk about a organ that is coming from outside, even for that organ also body tend to recognize it as a foreign. So that is a very beautiful and specific characteristic of a body to recognize that. But due to some reasons, maybe some metabolic error, class 1 Rupali ma'am, what are these girls writing in second bench? What are you writing? Can I know? Fourth and fifth bench, those four girls in class 2, they were continuously writing something. Is it about any other assignment or are you trying to write the same class? What? Second row, four girls. What are you writing? Fourth, fifth bench. Go ahead, Rupali ma'am. Towards your right, ಮುಂದೋಗಿ. Right side. Right, 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 right. ಹಾ ಹಾ ಏನು ಬರಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರೋ? It's okay, you can tell me if you're writing the same class only, it's okay. ಹೇಳಿ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, we are writing this only, nothing will happen. Same thing, right? Yes, no.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, fine. Don't fear. ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಗಾಬರಿ ಆಗೋ ನೆಸೆಸಿಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯೂರಿಯಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಓಕೆ ಫೈನ್. ಹಾಂ, ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಲೂಸಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಟು ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟ್ that now what is our cells and what is our outside cells, when this fails, that time body will start to attack your own cells. So this is a very big failure of your immune system where it is not able to recognize, and such kind of condition called as rheumatoid arthritis. Anyone knows difference between normal arthritis and rheumatoid arthritis? Anyone? Normal arthritis is generally characterized by the fluid between your bones which is decreased, and that gives you a severe pain while bending, walking, or doing some actions. Okay, rheumatoid arthritis is associated when the bone cells will start attacking their own cells. When they are self-attacked and they'll try to destroy their own cells. So in such condition, treatment becomes difficult. You do not have any treatment. You cannot replace the whole immune system. Not possible, right? You have to replace the whole blood only then. And or else, I think you can replace the whole bone marrow. Whole bone marrow has to be replaced. But practically, it is very impossible and expensive. Not kind of possible. So that's why the autoimmune diseases are mostly uncurable